As of January this year, VAT in the European Union has changed a little bit this year. Hold on, okay? Before you click away, hold on, okay? This is more interesting than it sounds. VAT is value-added tax, a thing that medium to large businesses are required to add on to the price of their goods and services. The business collects VAT from the customers on behalf of the government and then turns around and gives it to the government. Anyone who knows anything about tax or finances knows that the systems in place take so long to catch up with modern technology. And most of the changes that happen in this area are pretty good in theory, and they don't affect me anyway. But this one does. So, basically, if you operate an online store, and that includes using a third-party service as long as the transactions come directly to you via PayPal or credit card or check, and if you sell entirely digital products like PDFs, ebooks, digital music, printable designs, and if you live in the UK and you sell to other EU countries, which you do because digital stuff can go anywhere, you are now obliged to collect tax. Only for digital goods, only sold to customers in non-UK EU countries, at the native rate of VAT for that country, which varies, and regardless of how much you're selling, from ones of pounds to thousands of pounds. Maybe the most frustrating thing about these kind of changes is that they are baby steps. This obviously isn't the full plan, it's just the part that they were able to squeeze through right now. So it's unfinished, unbalanced, and it feels unfair. Why should a French person, who could probably catch a physical copy of my album if I threw it hard enough, be penalized for being French and liking downloads? While at the same time, someone in Australia, or Japan, or America can download it cheaper? And why should I, like thousands of small business owners all over the country, now be forced to change their systems to accommodate such weird and complicated things? The answer is because tax. Here's the thing, I understand and believe in the need for tax. And more importantly, I believe that if you want to do something well, you should endeavor to understand every part of it. For making and selling stuff, that means understanding this. And that's what I've done. I've researched, I've read articles, I've talked to accountants, I've listened to really boring presentations because I want to keep making and selling stuff the best way I can. I have some bad news and some good news. My store currently runs on a service called Big Cartel. I got in touch with Big Cartel to ask whether they would install some much needed improvements in their system so that people in my position could make their stores VAT compliant. They said, nah. So I'm gonna have to completely rebuild my store using a different app. To celebrate the Viking funeral of my relationship with Big Cartel, we're gonna have a sale on everything! For the next week, get 15% off at the checkout using the code in the description. That's off everything. My album, physical, digital, vinyl pre-orders, Mandy's This Wall Is Boring poster, and the last few signed copies of Daniel Dobbs' EP. And then when the dust settles, I'm gonna rebuild the store, and it's gonna be better with shiny new bits and buttons and pretty graphics and stuff. One of those ending beginning things I was talking about. If you sell digital goods online and you're in the same boat as me, I recommend researching VATMOS, M-O-S-S. It's a system that the government has created that you can register for that will calculate everything for you. You still have to understand how to do it in the first place, but it's a big help. And feel free to ask me questions in the comments. I'm not an expert, but I will try and answer as much as I can.